The purpose of doing this e-service learning project is to improve the students' ability in making important decisions based on their understanding of the situation. It also improves the way students articulate their ideas and ability to identify possible risks to the business, so that students are able to identify business strategies and apply financial knowledge to the companies. We had selected a printing shop named Varsity Print as our targeted business to help us accomplish this project. The owner of the shop is Wan Azizi Wan Ibrahim, and the shop is located in UM. Throughout the interview, the business faced some issues and problems, and we use our knowledge to determine the factors of the problems and help the company to solve their problems.
My name is Kotelong. My entry number is 279926. Now I'm going to present 2.0 problem statement. First of all, the main problem faced by Varsity Print is digital transformation. Digitization has changed the way of storing documents, which is from paper forms to digital forms. Based on Puan Nurul, which is the staff of Varsity Print, the demand for printing services has declined significantly in recent years. One of the reasons is the outbreak of COVID-19, which has accelerated the digital transformation of education in Malaysia. Due to online learning, the main customer of Varsity Print, which is UM students, do not print their note and also assignment report as often as before. This causes the revenue of the shop has dropped to about 100 ringgit per day. Other than that, Varsity Print is facing fierce competition from other print shops located in Vmore. The direct competitors of Varsity Print are Eco Color Photoshop and EZXS Cyberprint. These shops provide the same products and services, namely printing, photostating, and binding. Based on the investigation, the printing price per page offered by this shop is the same. Besides that, the competitors provide a wider selection of stationery products. Due to the similar products and services provided in the same location, the level of the competition faced by Varsity Print is very high. Last but not least, the total operating costs of Varsity Print are increasing. According to Puan Nurul, the cost of direct material, which is the paper, has recently increased by 2 ringgit per box. Moreover, the cost of toner cartridges and ink cartridges had also increased, which causes the printing cost per page to be higher. Besides that, Varsity Print has high direct labor costs. Due to long operating hours, the shop has hired 4 full-time employees and 1 part-time employee to work between day and night shift. In addition, based on Puan Nurul, the utility expenses may no longer be covered by the rent, and the business will have to pay for it in the future. In order to minimize the negative impacts of digital transformation, the owner can promote Varsity Print on free social media such as Facebook and TikTok without wasting any money on print advertisements. Social media account can act as a platform to share the latest information about the shop. Online advertising is more effective because it can spread widely to help the shop find more target customers in the Sintok area. Besides that, in order to stand out from the competitors, Varsity Print can run a loyalty program to build customer loyalty and maintain their relationship in the long run. It can attract new customers and then turn them into regular customers of the shop. Loyalty program can help customers to save more money in order to encourage them to keep supporting the services provided by Varsity Print. Last but not least, Varsity Print needs to make an operating budget to manage the spending in an organized manner. Varsity Print can try to find alternative suppliers that offer cheaper direct materials. Moreover, the owner may also consider hiring more UM students as part-time employees so that the higher salaries paid for the full-time employees can be saved. In addition, all of the bills and invoices need to be paid on time to avoid additional interest charged to the business. The unnecessary costs need to be cut to minimize the operating costs of the business. That's all for me. Thank you.
Good day, doctor. My name is Tan Karen, matrix number 279774. So now I'll talk about the expected impact. The first impact is on the customer. Veristy brand will have more customers if they promote via social media. This is because social media is widely used in Malaysia. Based on the research by the Age Market in January 2022, the Malaysians spend an average 3 hours every day on social media. Thus, social media will make their product and service reach out to all Malaysians and not only UUM students without spending any extra expenses. As a result, they can generate more sales from the online business. Next is the increase of sales. Veristy brand can benefit from the loyalty program by increasing sales. Loyalty program is to reward customers who buy product or use service at the store on a regular basis. It is criteria to have a loyalty program in place to keep customers coming back to your store instead of going a competitor. Customer will earn and accumulate points when they spend in the Veristy brand. The accumulated point may be redeemed for free gift or discount on net spending. Although this will result in less revenue for Veristy brand due to the discount offer or free gift, but in the long run, Veristy brand will get more sales as customers only consider them and not other shops. Last but not least, the financial burden of Veristy brand will reduce. With the operating budget, the organization will be able to control their cash outflow. Therefore, employer and employees should work together to discuss the expenses needed in the shop and then develop a budget and achieve it. Through this, all of the employees will always ensure that the expenses are controlled and not wasted on any unnecessary expenses. As a result, the financial burden will decrease as all of the unnecessary expenses are cut off.
Okay, good evening everyone. My name is Shanus Wong. Okay, so for today, I will share the phases of our group project implementation. Okay, so for our group, it's quite straightforward. The first step is basically we have to find SME that are willing to be interviewed by us. For our first step is actually the hardest one for us because most of the SME, they either the owner are busy with their work or the owner is like they are not present in the shop, so it's quite hard for us to conduct a face-to-face interview with them. And then the second step is after we have set our target V Primo, we'll try to conduct a brief research regarding the shop. For example, like we'll try to find what are the products they provided or any service, what kind of service they provided. And then the third step is after we have conducted our research, we try to obtain the consent letter from them. This is mandatory for our project, and at the same time, it's also quite convenient for us to arrange our face-to-face interview schedule with them. And then after we obtain our consent letter, we try to brainstorming our questionnaire for our upcoming interview. For example, like we try to ask a thorough detail of their background, when is their shop established, and is there any financial problem they are currently faced by them. So then for the fifth step, we'll try to conduct a face-to-face interview lah. Then we'll try to ask all the questionnaire that we have prepared. And then after we have finished our interview, we try to come up with any recommendation and solution for them. And then maybe we'll try even compare with the other shop, and then like provide at least some idea lah for them. And then for our last step, after we have finished all the interview, we'll try to prepare our written portfolio. So in our report, we will include everything lah, starting from the background of the business, who is the owner, until the conclusion, the reflection, what is the problem they're currently facing by them. So we include all of this in our report. So that's all for our phases of our group project implementation. So thank you so much. For the next part, I will pass it to the next presenter.
Hello, my name is Archana Morgan. My matric number is 280251. I'm going to present about impact of the project. Under impact of project, we have impact of students, impact of company, and impact of society. I will be explain detailedly about each and everything. First is impact of the student. The students are exposed to broad variety about the possible outcome as a result of participating in this e-service learning project. In addition, we are learning how to provide one another assistance in order to complete this task. We are required to develop our professional communication skills. In order to effectively interact with the company owners and employee, we get knowledge that we need to be bravely counter with the conversing with our owner and the employee. Secondly, we were entrusted with the obtaining a knowledge of how to come up with the creative response to the issue experienced by the entrepreneur in order to fulfill our responsibility. It's possible that it is maybe provide to be pretty helpful for us in terms of producing ideas of work opportunity that we will be available to us in the future. In addition, we have improved our ability to discuss the various point of view with other members of team. This is due to the fact that by working on this project together, we are afforded the chance to discuss our thoughts and get the appreciation from the point of view of others. Since we have a limited amount of the time to finish this assignment, we may get the experience in the time management and planning. Because of this, priority to getting the start on this project, we were required to create a timeline for the putting into action. In order to develop a fantasy project for the online service learning, we need to comprehensively plan as well as the strategies. This impact will provide us with the kind of indirect exposure to the outside world that is necessary for us to be well equipped for their future employment. Next, I'm continuing with the impact on company. The cooperative beneficial from the e-service learning in active since it's helped to promote their business to the largest audience. We, which is the students at UUM, come to the conclusion that the owner and the employee of this firm not put enough effort to the advertising. As a result, we are assigned them into growing their company by bringing the presence of this company to the attention of the students at other universities. Since a large number of UUM students went to see them and made a purchase, so that one Aziz Wan Ibrahim, which is the owner of that company, made the decision to expand the scope of this company operation. The cooperative interpersonal has been developed much confident to manage the business for the longer amount of their time in future. As we all know that digitalization has transformed the technology of keeping paper, which is form of paper form, to the digital form. As a printing business, Varsity Print is also greatly impacted by the digitalization. This is because since we have assigned them to offer the concept to the owner, they may promote the Varsity Print on free social media such as Facebook and TikTok without spending any money on point of advertising. Social media accounts may operate as a platform to communicate the news information about the store. So, this e-learning service has subsequently assisted to the firm to improve their confidence to carry out their business further to the market without any fear. Last but not least, the impact on society. The Varsity Print Shop itself has a little impact on society, rather it is the product that is produced, such as printing work or books that have effect. The word print revolution is its terms that used to be described the transformation in the society that happened with the creation of printing press. Its result in a shift into canon of the publishing work and drawn to the price of book, making them associate to the wider audience from the UUM students and the outsiders. The percentage of people who could read and write as a result of this rose dramatically. This inversion of the printing fundamentally alert people's mood on the communication as well as their social interactions. In time past, the written word was duplicated by hand, which was process that required a lot of time, was quite costly. Printers could be make an imprint of the original document, which could be sent around the printers, who could be then manually copy and pages. They provided ordinary people who were unable to read or write with the access to the written materials that were available to them. A pamphlet which was printed from the shop, which helped to the propagate ideas of religions, politics, and science, were able to circulate more quickly as a result of development as well. That's all from me. I pass to the next presenter.
From this group project, we had gained so much experience in participating this e-service learning project. First of all, we have planned a day to have an interview session with the well-prepared questions through face-to-face with the owner of the business. So by accomplishing this group project, we realized the importance of budgeting knowledge, especially for an organization, as it is the critical part in the business. The business needs to plan for future actions and control all the activities that are implemented in the organization. And budgeting will help an organization to monitor their business expense and income. Overall, to the project, each member works with a good communication and takes the responsibility to finish each part on time. Therefore, with the efforts of all members, we were able to complete our project successfully. In conclusion, we can determine the business strategy and apply our financial knowledge to the business better than we did before this project. We had analyzed a few problems met by the business, such as digital transformation issues, which will reduce the use of documents, increase in total operating costs as it has higher direct labor costs, and also the business face fierce competition from the other 3 printing shops, where they are same located in Varsity Mall. To solve this problem, we had analyzed it with some suggestions. For example, expand the market to more customers in Sintok area, instead of giving service for UUM customers only. Next is to cut the unnecessary cost to reduce the financial burden of the business. And lastly is to give customers a discount by earning enough points when they spend in the shop. Here, we are sincerely appreciate the cooperation by the owner of the Rare City Print. Without her support, we could not accomplish this project in time and finish it successfully. Thank you.